Hey folks, this is Lawrence with Fellowship of the Father, and today we're going to take a look at the importance of music. The importance of music. I may not mention it fairly often, but the reason why I have a studio is because I do my own musical production. I also help produce other people's music as well. So they'll come in with their own idea of their music. It's kind of I call it a palette. It's like something that is a bit of a vision, maybe somewhat blurry at times, but just almost there. And what I do is I say, if you can just move it into this measure a little bit tighter, or if you could add a horn here, or this would be a great time to use strings, or have you thought about putting an electric guitar there, something like that. That's kind of what a producer does. They add their 2 cents, kind of like an invisible member of the band, and they help determine the direction of the music and then the quality of the music coming out of the production, and then it moves on to the record company. So that's what a producer does, and so I do a lot of that audio production work. So that's why I was able to move my audio production from miserable to fairly decent in a quick amount of time, is I have the equipment to do so. So anyway, let's move on with the actual topic here, which is the importance of music. So let me read a scripture real quick for you. Okay, in the NIV, it says in 1 Samuel 16:14 through 23. Let's just go to 23. It says, whenever the Spirit of God came on Saul, David would take up his lyre and play. Then relief would come to Saul. He would feel better, and the evil spirit would leave him. So, what is going on in music that it has that kind of power, right? And actually, up higher in the chapter, it talks about Saul called for someone that was competent and good at playing, basically, that was talented. And so talent has a lot to do with whether or not the music sounds good. But what's going on with music, and is it even important? So think about this. Take yourself to this place where you live in a world where there's no music, right? So you get on the freeway and you drive for an hour, and then you go to work and you clock in, and then you do whatever you're going to do, and then you clock out. You get back on the freeway for another hour. You get home and you try to have a party for someone, and you light the candles on the cake, and that's it. You light the candles. No singing to go with the candles, and it's just a different landscape altogether, right? So you don't get to listen to music in your car. You don't get to listen when you get home from work. You don't get to decompress. You don't get to um, uh, think about good times. At least you're not using music in that way. So music is all it really is. If you think about it, it's kind of crazy. It's just a science-based concept where you have one vibration at 1 hertz unit, say 520, I don't know. Then you have another one at 480 or whatever it is that would harmonize. And you start stacking up these sound waves, and they start interacting with each other. So you have these vibrations. So you think about the pyramids. They say that the pyramids are actually giant resonators, and they haven't totally disclosed it. Or you think about what would be a good example about the way vibration works? Oh, so annoying sound in the background, like your air conditioning, right? If I take that and amplify it and put in my recording, you guys are going to tell me to go fly a kite. So sound matters, right? So if you're listening to very negative music, negative, with a negative, not only the music itself, not only the very emotionally sad music or emotionally devastating, hammering, uh, negative tones, just hammering you away, and then all of a sudden you put a terrible lyric on it, it's going to take you down. It's going to get you like, Yeah, life is hard. But if you like, say you go to the gym and you put your headphones on, and you listen to very straightforward driving music with ambitious, good lyrics about pulling it together, getting focused, laser focus, get the weight up in the air, stuff like that, then all of a sudden it inspires you. So music has an amazing effect on us. And I don't know that we totally understand how much it has on us. So with music, I can tell you over a series of decades that you should throw your life away for any gal that you meet. I could say like, you know, girls are the only most important thing in society, and you going to work and you having your own dreams and you fulfilling some of the things that you need to fulfill in the day, that's just complete selfishness. And here's the primary reason why you're alive is to serve uh, the female that might not even like you, right? I can hammer that music into your head, and you can start to really buy into the concepts, right? Same thing with media in general, just movies and all the things that we do, plays or books, whatever it is that we're trying to enforce. We can enforce certain ideas through repetition, but music does something differently. It calms you down in a way where you're more open to hearing the message. So when I was in the music ministry, we would start off the services with some music. So we want people to be awake, so we'd have energetic music, empowering music. Then we're moving towards the communion, so we'd have more somber, reflective music. Um, Maybe think about what you are thinking in your heart right now, right? So you got this music, moving your emotions, casting you towards this thing. You're getting sucked into this concept, right? So music is like a double-edged sword. You can say like, I've got this positive concept, I've got this empowering message, and I've got this driving music, and you can hammer that into someone's psyche. And at the same time, you could also do the negative stuff as well. So in that particular scripture, Saul is struggling, and he's struggling because God allowed him to struggle. And symbolically, what you can look at is like God brought both those things to Saul. He brought the struggle, and he brought the relief to Saul. Right? The struggle was the spirit. The struggle was like, I'm going to torment you. Then he says, but I'm going to relieve you as well. I can relieve your torment. And so that's kind of what the arts do. A beautiful painting, a beautiful sculpture, music, whatever it is, you can get a bit of a break from the standard perimeters of life, and you could just enjoy a little bit of beauty that wasn't there before. And you could also marvel in the fact that somehow here we are, these animals that have 5 fingers or 4 fingers and 2 thumbs, and we could do these amazing things. And you could begin to realize like we really are in a special place in God's hierarchy, right? We are amazing animals considered amongst many different kind of animals, but really are the upper end of the animal kingdom. So it's an amazing thing that we could pull music together. Just think about this, guys. You get these things called drums. Boom, dum, boom, dum, boom, dum, boom, dum, boom, dum. Then you got a guitar. Ring. It's a string strapped across wood. Ring. Tuned a certain way. You got these drums, which is basically animal skins. Not anymore, but they used to be animal skins. Boom, 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 boom. And you got these metal things called cymbals. And you listen to it, and music doesn't resemble what it really is. It doesn't resemble a guitar. It doesn't resemble a drum set. It resembles conjuring something. It resembles something getting pulled out of the ether. It's really crazy if you really want your mind to go there. If you allow your mind to go there, you're like, music is really amazing. And some of these guys are taking it to an extreme to where you're like, How did this even happen? And I don't even get how someone could be an atheist when we have things like music, or we have things like species of many different origins, and how you could believe that no one made that and there's not a source for that, and there's a creation but there's not a creator. I don't get the reasoning. I don't know. There is a lot of reasoning. Maybe you can shed some light in the comments. But anyway, um, that's it, guys. I just wanted to talk about music, and music is very special to me. And so, if you guys love music, why don't you go ahead and leave that in the comments? And you can also like, share, and subscribe. And I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And you could also send this to a friend or family member that might need it and might appreciate the music, the message about how important music is. So again, this is Lawrence with Fellowship of the Father, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.